Tonight, adapting during a pandemic, how a Grand Rapids program is making sure the older population continues to receive the services they need in a safe way.
Plus, following a Minnesota mandate, Wisconsin's governor says he's considering a mask rule for the Badger State.
And fear of COVID-19 is believed to be the reason less people are visiting the emergency room, why experts say that's concerning.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Working with high-risk populations during the pandemic is difficult. People have to keep their distance and try not to spread the virus.
For those at a Grand Rapids nonprofit aimed at helping senior citizens, it's their everyday task. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with those at the Elder Circle to find out how services have changed.
Those working and volunteering at the Elder Circle here in Grand Rapids have seen their fair share of challenges during the pandemic, working with a high-risk population every day. One of the biggest challenges the pandemic brought was putting a hold on the adult day program and classes Elder Circle offers at their YMCA campus. Executive Director Renee Bymark says they've moved all the programs online, but for many of their clients, that's something they aren't comfortable or familiar with.
We obviously know we're removing barriers for transportation, so they're able to attend, but getting the technology into people's hands and teaching them and walking them through how to utilize those are probably our biggest challenges right now.
Bymark adds many of their clients are afraid to leave the house due to being medically compromised, leaving them with little social interaction. But on the bright side, they have seen a large increase in people volunteering for the many programs here at the Elder Circle.
All right, thanks, Emma. And coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear from several volunteers about how the pandemic has impacted their ability to help.
And Dave's going to give us our first look at the weather now. Dave, a lot of sunshine and a lot of blue sky out there today.
Yeah, and temperatures were down from the heat wave we had for a while, and humidity levels were tolerable, and that's because the dew points are down. Let's get a look at them right now. And you get them into the 50s, it starts to be noticeably humid, but really when you get towards 70s, when it's really uncomfortable. Right now we're in the 50s to lower 60s, so it's decent. Many of us would really like it in the 40s, you know, and a dry heat, but we're not going to be that lucky. If you don't like it humid, we'll be unlucky this weekend here because it's going to get humid. The dry high pressure that has us comfortable right now will be replaced as early as tomorrow by that new low pressure system bringing in a chance for storms. The Friday chance for storms is not fantastic. It's just a 20% shot tomorrow morning, followed by a midday break, and a 30% chance tomorrow evening. Though the one tomorrow evening might pack a punch, might have a few severe storms. Better chance for severe storms will be Saturday night, along with the heart of the heat and humidity, and I'll talk about how long it's going to be on top of us here coming up in a few more minutes.
Dave? You know, it's 6, nearly 2 months after George Floyd's death in Minneapolis sparked a global movement. Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz signed a police accountability bill into law. The legislation is a result of tough negotiations during 2 special sessions. It includes a ban on neck restraints like the one used on Floyd before he died. It also bans chokeholds and warrior-style training and requires officers to step in if they see a colleague using excessive force. It also includes more training for dealing with people who have mental health issues. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan says these are just the first steps.
The bill that the governor signed today is not everything that needs and should be done. Our commitment to the people, the families, and communities impacted by police violence does not start or end here today.
The law applies to every law enforcement agency in the state. Leaders from the Police Chiefs and Sheriff's Association were included in negotiations.
Today, Wisconsin's governor said he's considering a statewide mask requirement. Governor Tony Evers made that announcement while wearing a mask during a press conference this afternoon. He says state leaders will continue listening to the advice of local and national health experts in making their decision. With or without a mandate, he says everyone can do their part now by wearing a mask, social distancing, and slowing the spread.
The continued trend this week of record day increases in positive cases is dangerous, unsustainable, and dilutes the months of effort all of you put into staying home to help protect the health and safety of our communities.
Wisconsin's total confirmed cases jumped by more than 1,000 in the last day, continuing the state's daily record trend. 13 more people died. Wisconsin health officials say a third of those who tested positive in the last month are in their 20s.
Meanwhile, Governor Evers wants President Donald Trump to keep federal agents out of Wisconsin. The Trump administration has been sending them to cities around the country to quell civil unrest that has turned violent and destructive. The White House announced they would send them to Milwaukee. Evers sent Trump a letter on Wednesday saying he was deeply disturbed to hear the news. He added he's strongly opposed to the move, saying it will only make things worse and that Wisconsin authorities can handle the protests.
Wisconsin's K-12 schools can soon apply for $46 million in COVID-19 relief money. Governor Evers says the money is from the CARES Act. It will go to schools most impacted by the pandemic. The application will open soon.
New data from the American Heart Association shows that nationwide emergency room visits were down 42% this April compared to the same time last year. Locally, St. Luke's Hospital is right on par. This April, ER trips were down 44% compared to last April. While numbers for June show a slight rebound, it was still 500 below last year. Medical professionals say that number is very concerning. CBS 3's Ryan Campo explains why.
Doctors are blaming the drop in ER visits on COVID-19, and people are wondering if it's safe to visit a hospital or call an ambulance amid the pandemic.
No matter what fears you may have of COVID-19, if you have any signs or symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, we really, really want people to call 911 to go to the emergency room.
Which is why the American Heart Association and St. Luke's announced a new campaign Thursday called Don't Die of Doubt.
This is really to remind people to take care of their heart, and if they have symptoms or concern about symptoms, don't hesitate to seek medical care.
It stemmed from data that shows ER visits across the nation dropped 40% in April as the pandemic began to hit the U.S. in full force. Dr. Mary Bolin, a heart surgeon at St. Luke's, said when the state had the high rise in COVID-19 cases in June, their number of acute ER patients dropped off.
For a couple weeks, they didn't come in, and that was really scary to me. That meant that they were not getting attention. They were afraid to get attention. And, you know, we can't let that slide.
Which is why officials from both organizations are asking you to get help when you need it, citing the large amount of safety protocols inside hospitals.
Even if you were to come down with the coronavirus at some point, this is the safest place to be, whether that's what you have or if you have a heart attack or stroke. But if you have a heart attack or stroke, time is critical, and you can't waste that time sitting at home and wondering and doubting.
For more information on the campaign and community resources, a link will be posted on our website, cbs3duluth.com.
Happening right now, the Duluth NAACP is handing out free face masks. You can stop by the West Duluth Super One grocery store until 6:30 tonight. Anyone is welcome. There is a second distribution planned for 5 to 6:30 next Thursday at the Superior Super One. This comes as Minnesota's face mask requirement for all indoor public places goes into effect on Saturday. Superior's mandate begins Monday.
A major U.S. retail group has filed for bankruptcy. Ascena, which sold Duluth-based Marisa's last year, is the latest to take that step during the pandemic. Ascena plans to close all of its Catherine stores and some Justice stores. Both have locations in Duluth. Ascena also owns Ann Taylor, Lane Bryant, and more.
A major endorsement today for State Senator Eric Simonson, who is seeking re-election. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced his support for Simonson, who is running for his second term, holding the state Senate's District 7 seat. Walz says Simonson has brought steady leadership during uncertain and challenging times. Democrat Jen McEwen is challenging Simonson in the August 11th primary.
Some crews are back to work at Superior's Husky refinery after COVID-19 put the rebuild project on hold. Husky spokespeople say a number of contractors were temporarily laid off when the project was paused in March. Now, the company has resumed some rebuilding work. Essential workers are also on site, staffing terminals that supply gas and diesel and maintaining the wastewater treatment plant. Spokespeople say they have safety precautions in place, including social distancing and sanitizing. The rebuild comes after the 2018 explosion and fires at the refinery caused serious damage, and thousands across the Twin Ports were forced to evacuate. Nobody was killed, but 27 workers were hurt.
A new petition has received more than 1,000 signatures calling on the ESCO School District to change the high school's nickname. This form on change.org is asking the high school to get rid of the Eskimos name. The author of the petition says the term is, quote, dehumanizing and racist to Indigenous people. With the current civil unrest in our country, they're hoping officials will change it to something better. After originally declining our request for comment, ESCO Superintendent Aaron Fisher told us the school board has not discussed the idea of changing the Eskimos' nickname, and there are no plans to do so in the near future. You can find a link to the petition on our website.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a popular show for foodies is making a return to our region, and some local restaurants are making an appearance.
The Doppler is quiet right now, but activity could pick up tomorrow and especially on Saturday. I'll have the details when we come back.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS 3.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Each year, about 1.5 million Americans are impacted by sepsis, which is responsible for 1 out of every 3 hospital deaths. A new program at Essentia Health is aimed at detecting sepsis earlier and responding to it faster.
Sepsis is when you have an overwhelming response to an infection. So if you imagine that if you got an infection on your thumb would get red and swollen, and that's a normal response that your immune system has to help fight the infection. When you get sepsis, what is happening is that entire response is happening throughout your whole body. And the immune system it's overreacting to the infection in a way that is now damaging your organs. Probably the most important thing that we can do is identify sepsis early. And what we need to do is, as soon as we identify it, starting the patient on broad spectrum antibiotics and getting them appropriate IV fluids to help improve their circulation.
Early detection can save lives, and confusion is a red flag. For somebody already dealing with an infection who then becomes confused, it's imperative they get to a hospital.
We've done a really good job nationally of increasing the public's awareness of things like stroke and heart attacks and how important early treatment is. We haven't done as good of a job about educating people about sepsis. And your chance of surviving an episode of sepsis or septic shock is directly related to how quickly we can treat you and diagnose you.
This effort is helping us achieve our aspirational aim of 0 preventable harm. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more about the services we offer, visit essentiahealth.org.
Behold, the answer to your hunger, the big mouthful of flavor McDouble. A delicious cheeseburger with double the juicy beef. And let's talk about fries. Hot, crispy, salty fries. Fries that are beyond tasty. Right now, you can get a hot and juicy McDouble with a small order of world-famous fries for just $3 at McDonald's. And add any size soft drink for just $1 more. Only on McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu.
What up, America? Cedric here. You know, I've learned a lot about our human spirit during this special time at home.
Watch the lemon. What?
You can't hold us back, you can't keep us down, and you cannot keep a camera out of our hands. Celebrate the human spirit with me, the greatest at-home videos, Friday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by Duluth Casino. CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Nicolay Law Office. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Let's talk about the almanac. Temperatures came up just a little bit today, but still cooler than normal. 72 up over the hill at the airport in Duluth. 77 is the normal. I hope you enjoyed this respite from the heat wave because it's coming back tomorrow. We're getting back into the 80s tomorrow. Mid to upper 80s, close to 90 for the weekend with high dew points too. It'll be hot, humid, and stormy. Some of those storms could potentially be severe, so We'll show you what's going on here after we take a quick look at the current conditions at Duluth International. It's 70, very comfortable. Relative humidity 63%, starting to go up just a little bit there. Southeast wind, that's going 10 miles per hour. And 1,020 millibars means high air pressure in place for today. That's why we had sunshine, but a low is coming tomorrow, and that'll change things around. Right now we have 73 to 75 in the Upper Peninsula, and it's going 68 to about 73 here in northwestern Wisconsin. A very comfortable 71 in Hayward, a town that sometimes gets it pretty warm, so not bad today. A little bit cooler by the lake, 66 on Park Point, 73 Moose Lake, 70 Silver Bay, 73 in Ely and Hibbing 2, 74 for Grand Rapids, and 77 International Falls. Tomorrow's high temps likely will run the range of 80 to 85, inland with 70s by the lake. And then for the weekend, 85 to 90 is possible with those high humidity levels and a low pressure system to feed on that energy and convert it into rain and thunderstorms, some of which could become severe. Right now, nothing severe with the high pressure still in place. We've got a clear sky here for the UP, northern Wisconsin, and a portion of Minnesota, but the clouds are already coming in from the next low pressure system that's coming our way. And for Friday, it's going to be bringing a slight chance for some morning showers and storms, 20% shot, break in the middle, 30% chance in the evening and afternoon, but that'll be just the start of the situation. Once we get into the weekend, Saturday night especially, could be pretty stormy around here, 70% chance for showers and storms and a better chance for severe weather to break out, very much like last Saturday. But by Sunday afternoon, high pressure comes in to dry things up again for a good spell. Perhaps most of next week will be high and dry and cooler and less humid too. So once we get through a rough weekend, our payoff could come a-calling by Monday. Tonight, calling up our low temperatures, that'll go about 55 to 59 in Minnesota with clouds on the increase. They'll increase in Wisconsin and Michigan as well with low temps there, 56 to 59. For tomorrow, the daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan run 82 to 86. And again, slight morning shower chance, 30% chance for storms tomorrow night. Minnesota follows a similar pattern with a bit of morning precip and then the 30% storm chance in the evening. 70s by the lake, low to mid 80s inland. And here's the extended forecast then, mid 80s to upper 80s, even 90s Saturday and portions of Sunday. Best chance for the showers and storms will be Saturday night into Sunday morning. And again, keep in mind some could be severe, but then calm and placid beginning Monday and lasting through Thursday with highs 78 to 80, sunshine, dew points down again. So it'd be pretty comfortable. It'll be a picture-perfect summer period there once the weekend ends.
Looks good. Thanks, Dave. Several popular Northland restaurants are getting another round of their 15 minutes of fame. The Food Channel's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives was back in town filming at locations they visited in the past. It's part of their new Revisited series. Gordy's Hi-Hat and Cloquet will make an appearance. A spokesperson for the now 6-decade-old restaurant known for its burgers and shakes says they were excited to welcome back the crew this week.
Not much has changed around here. As you know, our whole concept is keep things the same since 1960s. So it was nice to see the whole cast and crew again and production people. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We know what a lot of you are probably thinking. No, the show's famed host, Guy Fieri, did not make the trip. No word on when the episode will air. Shorty's in Superior was also part of the recent Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives tour.
One of the Northland's largest gatherings of the summer kicked off today despite the ongoing pandemic. 2020 Beaufest Fest activities began today. It typically attracts more than 1,000 people per day over its 4 days for archery, concerts, and more, all held at Montauk Resort. The grounds were packed this afternoon as bow enthusiasts gathered and took aim. Sales and marketing manager Bridget Duffy says the 500 acres allow for social distancing. They also take people's temperatures at the entrance.
To have it be the weekend actually happening with everything that's going on, I think that is really important for people. It puts a feeling of a little bit of being normal happening while again keeping those safety measures in place.
Masks are provided at the entrance, but they are not required. Organizers say concerts will have mandatory social distancing protocols in place.
Coming up in sports, the WIAA updates the schedules for their fall sports season. Kelly Hinseth has the details after the break.
Pick your new Polaris from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. The TED event is happening now, where you're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Extended one more week. Home Furniture has put everything on sale, and you can finance it free for 6 years. Plus, get free no-contact shipping. Shop in the store or online. 6 years, no interest, ends Sunday. Only at Home Furniture.
The 2020 Subaru Crosstrek. It comes with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus an economical 33 miles per gallon. And the Crosstrek has the lowest 5-year cost to own in its class for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek.
Lease a new 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium for $329 a month. See the versatile Crosstrek today at Miller Hill Subaru. Online at millerhill.com.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
Makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing? Or
it absolutely could be a daily thing. But the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions. You have events you want to go to. You want to look years younger. This is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get no interest financing for 6 years on any Beauty Rest, plus free delivery, setup, and a 120-day guarantee. Beauty Rest Pocketed Coil Spring supports body shape and diffuses partners' movements. 6-year financing on Beauty Rest, now at Home Sleep Express.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
We now have more clarity on the future of high school sports in Wisconsin this coming fall. The WIAA Board of Control met this morning and issued new start dates for sports across the entire state. Fall sports will be divided into 2 categories, high risk and low risk. The high risk sports, including football, boys soccer, and volleyball, will have their first practices pushed back to September 7th, with games coming sometime after that. Low-risk sports, including cross-country, girls golf, girls swimming, and girls tennis, can begin on August 17th. Individual school districts can still opt out of these policies, and the WIAA says that spring opportunities will be provided. There are still more details to come, but that is the plan for now. Northwestern Athletic Director Brian Smith says that it's nice to have some guidance to start with as they continue to assess their local situation.
So to answer 2 big-ticket items. And now you got to get into the logistics of it all. You know, when can you start playing games? Will there be a playoff? Will there be a playoff at all? If so, will it be reduced? How many games are we going to get to play? Are we going to be able to get 6 or 7 in, only 5? Because those have to be answered yet. What will game night look like? Will game night be the players and a few parents? Will it be the community, the student body, the pep band, all those things that we're used to? There's a lot of logistical things that have to be worked out. I'm sure there'll be a little disappointment in the fact that we're going to lose some games, but I think there's going to be some relief knowing that we're going to get games and some meaningful games.
The Heart of North Conference has an all-athletic directors meeting next Wednesday to determine what their schedules may be. Smith added that it's safe to say Northwestern's non-conference games against Ashland and Rice Lake will be canceled. So as of now, this is what we're looking at. Football must be done by November 20th for it to happen in the fall. And on this current timeline, games would start on Wednesday, September 23rd, which could be a conference by conference determination, depending on what the playoffs look like. And if they have to shrink or eliminate them, will determine how many regular season games are played. Still a lot to figure out. It's safe to say we can expect more from the WIAA coming soon, and for more information, you can head to our website. Since the season abruptly ended 4 months ago, 5 UMD Bulldogs have inked professional hockey deals in some capacity. Make it 6 today. Jared Hillerman, the 4-year defenseman, has signed with the Jacksonville Icemen of the ECHL. The Kamsack, Saskatchewan native played in 32 of 34 games this past winter, accumulating 3 assists in his final go-around with the Bulldogs while posting a +4 this past season. Over the course of his career, Hilderman made appearances in 67 games over 4 seasons, amassing a total of 65 shots with 1 goal and 10 assists for 11 points in his career. The MLB begins a short schedule under tightly controlled and highly unusual circumstances this evening, and it is a marquee matchup between the defending World Series champion Nationals, and the New York Yankees. Nearly 4 months behind schedule, the Nationals' first game since being crowned World champions, and we'll have highlights and post-game coming up tonight at 10. That's going to do it for sports for now. We'll have more here back tonight. Kristen and Tony, for now, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Kelly. Alex Trebek has chosen the girl he believes could take over Jeopardy in the future.
Yeah, and you could say his choice is golden. Ooh. The longtime game show host suggested Betty White as his successor. The 80-year-old and White, who is 98 years old, are longtime friends. Trebek says he jokingly picked White because the audience expects someone younger than him. But he's not planning on leaving Jeopardy anytime soon. He did tell Good Morning America that he will do the job as long as he is capable. Trebek has helmed the show since 1984. He was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer last year, but thankfully, he says he's doing pretty good.
I wouldn't mind that, but I'm glad that he's sticking around.
Yeah, he's a mainstay on television.
Absolutely. All right, Dave, decent day out there today.
Yeah, decent day, setting the stage for things to change around tomorrow. As today's sunshine gives way to clouds tomorrow and a couple rounds of rain, there'll be a 20% chance Friday morning, 30% chance Friday night. The night one might have a couple of isolated severe storms, so watch out for that. Better chance for rain hits on Saturday. It's a 70% shot, and embedded in that is a better chance for severe weather, especially Saturday night into Sunday morning. Hot and humid through the weekend, then sunnier, a little cooler, and a lot less humid once we get towards Monday. And that's a big cell of high pressure coming, so it'll keep us that way all the way through next Thursday.
All right, thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again at 10.